What's good, Council of Comics? It is Film and Box Office News Live, episode 63. We will be back in 30 seconds.
Council of Comics, it's the Film and Box Office News. And what do you get when you put a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans in a house that love and cherish and go through drama together? Well, it's nothing like the holidays.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
It's good, Council of Comics. Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live podcast, episode number 63 for this November 26th, Sunday. Thank you guys for watching out there. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you're on the Facebooks, jump over to the YouTubes. It means a lot. We just got over Thanksgiving weekend. Of course, I have the loyal council with me, Phil, green shirt guy. How are you today?
What's up?
Pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Unfortunately, Cliff will not be with us today.
It's okay because he and I have been agreeing lately anyway, so it'll be. I can speak for him.
He had another event that he had to get to, but we hope you still stick around because we're fun too. We like to do a lot of fun stuff here. All right, so we're gonna talk about nothing like the holidays. It's a movie starring Alfred Molina, Luis Guzman, and a bunch of John Leguizamo, and it's basically a Christmas holiday, Boricua style. Okay, so before we get into anything else, I want to do the thing we always do. Boom. Young at Heart Foundation. This is an excellent organization that's run out of California by our good friend Mike. They do tremendous things like give hope kits to children who are in hospitals awaiting procedures. You can become a donor if you register to become a donor on the website right here. You can even contact Mike at 323-396-9998 or email him at info@youngatheartfoundation.com. You can sponsor a Hope Kit that's 100% tax deductible. They put a lot of little goodies in a box and they give it to the kids. It's a great organization. Get in touch with Mike, youngatheartfoundation.com. Another event that we got coming up is the 14th. Oh, no, you're seeing the private chat. No. All right.
Don't show
let
it.
me get this thing off of Green Shirt Guy's face.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Head down to that. I'm trying to finish this commercial. So
He's episode 63 over there.
The only three of us who still covered you up.
I see where I rank now.
It's StreamYard's fault. It's all StreamYard's fault, I tell you. It's StreamYard.
Yeah, sure. It is.
Another great event coming up on December 9th is the 14th annual Toys for Tots Drive at Alternaverse. Right now, they have boxes set up in Alternaverse where you can go to your local store, your Walmarts, your Targets. I took Kamaria to Ollie's for the first time. She had never been to Ollie's before.
What?
And she's like, what's this place? I was like, you don't know what Ollie's is? Well, I can't explain Ollie's. I just have to bring you in and you see for yourself. And she's like, wow.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah, I was like, it's such a great store. I was like, exactly, it's Ollie's. And Ollie's has tons of great gifts. Like, I bought this Mandalorian figure for $4 at Ollie's. $4, not bad. So let's just say that's the standard, right? You spend $4 to $5, go to Ollie's, get a gift, wrap it up, and you can either get in touch with us or you can go to Alternaverse and drop the gift off. And the gift goes to kids out there. So you can make a difference with just $5. All right. If you want to get more information about this, get in contact with Clifford. You see it right there. That's his Facebook profile, Clifford A. Parmetta. You can email him or find this event on Facebook and join and be interested, and he'll share all the information. There he is, right there in the middle. Good old Cliff. Good old Cliff. Next up, alternative. There's our chats again. Jeez.
I'm gonna say this weekend I'll be doing a
All right,
little small
Alternative
show.
Comics. This is our home. What do you mean?
I'm doing.
You're just popping it up. Tell me, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. There's a craft fair this weekend at Anderson School for Autism in Hyde Park. My wife works there,
Okay.
so I will be set up. My wife will also be set up. She's the one that does all those fun monsters. And,
Excellent. Where's it at again?
At the school. It's in the gym and in the front lobby.
Which school?
Anderson Center for Autism, right in Hyde Park. It's technically in Stassburg, but if you put in Anderson Center, it'll come up.
All right.
It's in
Excellent.
I want to say it's like 10 to 5 on Sunday.
All right. You guys head out there and support Green Shirt Guy. Alternative Comics. It's out in Hyde Park. This is our home base where we do our filming, where we get together weekly, talk about life, comic books, everything. All these stuff you see on New Comic Book Day, we do there. It's run by a good friend, Anthony. Probably one of the greatest comic book people, comic shop owners I've ever met. Loves the books, cares for the books. He's not mean. He's a nice guy. You can start your pull list at Alternaverse and get 20% off of your books. And all your books will be bagged and boarded too. Did I tell you that? He bags and boards all the books. He bags and boards all the books. You know, you go to comic shops and you see the comics on the wall and there's no bags and boards on them. And you have to pray to God that one of those don't have a dent in them or something like that. And then these comic book shops have the audacity to want to charge you the same price when it's got like 3 or 4 ticks on it. I don't understand. I don't understand. But you don't have to have that problem at Alternaverse because he bags and boards everything as soon as he comes in the shop.
And they get ticks on the way home.
Yeah.
Because they're in a bag.
Because they're in the bag. They don't offer you anything. You won't find that at Alternaverse. Everything's taken care of. Get 20% off, start a pull list. Contact Anthony at 845-233-4234 or email him at alternaverse2@aol.com. And the website is alternaverse.net. They have the comics, cards, toys, and they offer the Hudson Valley's best selection of comics. So get over there to the Alternaverse and get in touch with Anthony. And of course, there's our channel, the Council of Comics. We have 681 subscribers. We are now 19 away from the big 700. We're pushing forward. We got a ton of videos on the channel. We just dropped another council conversations. I've been putting more of those up because we've just been having more conversations in the shop. We have a great conversation in the shop. I edited it up and put it up there for you guys to see. We also have the Icon video from 2023 from last week. We're at Icon. I really love that video. Check that out. Shout out to Ramon. Our 75th anniversary episode of New Comic Book Day. It was our Friendsgiving. It was really, really, really great. You also have Cliff's Corner. He has CGC Blind Unboxing. The Skits was a collection of the skits that we do in front of our New Comic Book Day. And other videos like CGC Graded Books and so forth. And Council Cinema, all that. Speaking of which, film and box office news. So hit that subscribe button for us and hit that like button. All right? Excellent. So, little things before we get into box office and all that. Me and Kamaria went and saw the Hunger Games yesterday.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
All right, it's good.
One of the best movies of the year. Really. You know how prequels and sequels don't really measure up. And there's a lot of bad taste in people's mouths from prequels, but we went in there and from beginning to the end, enjoyed the whole movie. It fit perfectly, backstory and all. I know Kamaria knows more because of the books and all that. But yeah, it was great. Actually, Kamaria says, "Hey, Council, what's good?" S Vaughn 82, much love from Chattanooga, Tennessee. What's good?
I started watching Gen V over the like Thanksgiving.
Nice. Angry Otter says, "How you crazy cool kids?" And he says, "I want to visit Alternaverse, but it's a bit of a drive from Texas." It is a bit of a drive from Texas, but yay! Listen, you can still get that 20% pull list. Call him up, and he can and he can ship that to you.
He will ship.
No problem. No shot. We got Cliff Senior in here. Silence.
Definitely have to
silence. And Mama Keratin is also in the house.
Nice.
Watching because they watched Nothing Like the Holidays when we were at Thanksgiving, and they are gonna shoot in all their comments when we talk about the review of the movie. So Phil, you said you watched Gen V.
I was watching it. I'm watching it. I watched the first season. So yeah, I started watching that over the break.
What'd you think?
It's very The Boys. It's very much The Boys. It's good. It's enjoyable.
Wait till you get to the end of it. Green Tree, what'd you watch?
I watched a bunch of stuff this weekend. Other than the one we watched for homework, I watched. I was telling you before we started. I watched Operation Fortune, that I really liked. Guy Ritchie movie. I watched Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I highly recommend that one. That was kind of a sleeper one. What else did I watch? There's another one I watched this morning. What the heck was it? Oh, I watched part. Yeah, I watched part of the last. About My Father with Sebastian Maniscalco. That was pretty good.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff you see in the trailer, so it wasn't there wasn't as many surprises. It was funny though. I enjoyed it.
I watched.
Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That's a
I
sleeper.
really want to watch that. I watched Invincible episode 4 today.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! If you're not watching Invincible after this episode, like Invincible is it when it comes to animation. It's the thing to watch. It's better than the DC animation, and DC animation is great.
I watched one of those over the weekend. Actually, I watched I think the last one, the Justice League.
Was it War World? I watched War World too.
Yeah, I watched that over the weekend. Yeah,
that was pretty decent. Angry Otter says, but my cousin is the original Tigress. Really? That's very interesting. Very interesting. And the Healer 49, it's Jason. How are you, Jason? Jason is a close friend of the family. Thank you for watching, my friend. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. Invincible. The Hunger Games is great. You guys gotta go watch it if you're Hunger Games fans. It's basically the story of Snow and how not his rise to ultimate power, but his rise to getting to ultimate power. I'll put it that way. And very, 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 very good. All right, let's get into this box office.
Here we go.
Oh, banner off his face.
Wow, this is the big Thanksgiving break.
This is the big Thanksgiving one.
I don't think I even knew was coming out.
Yeah, so Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes only dropped 35%. Brought in about 30 million, I would say 29 million. So I wonder what their total is.
They're not.
Their total is 154 worldwide.
It was not a good
154 worldwide.
Theater, huh?
No. That's strange. There's usually, I don't think people knew how good the Hunger Games was going to be, honestly. That's why it only had a 35% drop, because word of mouth had people like, yo, this is pretty good. Napoleon first time in, made about 20 million. It's weird because these movies cost a lot of money to make, man.
That one,
Napoleon,
that's costume.
I don't know.
And Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
I can't imagine there's a lot of CG in there. There's probably a lot of practical effects, which don't cost that much. But what I heard is they don't mention the battle of oh crap, I forgot the name of the town. Okay, go ahead. I'll come back to me.
Wish also entered in at number 3, bringing in about 19 million. Is Wish also simultaneously on Disney Plus?
No, not yet.
Oh,
so this is not a good thing for
like I said, it sounds like this being like the Hunger Games second week is like, all right, that's pretty good for a second week movie. But overall, like for a movie theater in Hollywood at the box office
for the Hunger Games, so it's like you guys are only going to come out to the Hunger Games when Jennifer Lawrence is in it. Is that the only time you're going to come out for the Hunger Games?
You never know.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Napoleon.
This is in my opinion, this was my favorite Hunger Game movie. It's that good. I was like, yeah, this was better than other ones for me. Because I don't really have that connection with Katniss and stuff like that. She was good, but this movie's good. But Hollywood is getting into a thing where I don't think Hollywood will recover until Deadpool 3 comes out. Deadpool 3 will be the thing that brings everybody out to the movie theater.
That's only like one movie.
Yeah,
That's not a recovery at this point.
Yeah.
That's only one movie. That's not a recovery.
That could be the Kickstarter though. If you still have good projects coming after that, you know what I mean?
Possible.
But that I don't see it recovering until then.
Well,
or
I also
showing some kind of life.
I listen to a lot of podcasts, and you watch TV and you read articles. So where I hear stuff, often I can't remember exactly where. And I think it was a podcast. So we're talking about that. And it's not people. It's not that people aren't seeing movies anymore. It's where they're seeing them is starting to shift, and where you're spending money is starting to shift. So yeah, the theaters are losing money, but people are seeing these movies. They're just not necessarily spending to go see it in the theater anymore.
They're willing to wait.
It's not even just that you can get it in so many different forms now that it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
It's true.
But Napoleon does not have the Battle of San Dimas in it, so I don't know how accurate it is.
Oh, this guy. Well, this is Napoleon. Oh, Bill and Ted. We got to do that movie.
Kamaria, I haven't seen Wish yet, Kamaria. I'd still like to see it though.
Oh,
I want to see it.
I'm behind over there. Yes, Kamaria end up seeing Wish. No. Angry Otter says Tigers from Mockingjay 2, Witch from Conjuring 3, and Aziel from Werewolf by Night. Oh, very celebrated. Great stuff. He's speaking of his cousin, by the way. The majority of those numbers have to be from people who read the books. Yeah. I agree.
read the first three. I'll have to get to the last one.
Like, there could be so many sequels after this. They set it up in a way like, okay, now you can tell his whole, now he's in power, how he becomes big power. Because there's like 50 years. There's like 50 or 60 Hunger Games until Katniss. So there could be a lot of stories in there. There's other comments. Angry Otter, the theaters were dying in '89 because of cable, and Batman revived the movie-going experience. It just takes one movie. Well said, Angry Otter.
True.
Well said. Very, very good. Kamara says 64. 64 Hunger Games to be exact. Hey,
Whoa.
That's what? That's a series. That's a couple movies.
An extra trilogy if you want.
Not necessarily. You could just montage all 63, right?
Real quick, I went to the store and they had up on the TV, right? They had the Lord of the Rings series from Amazon up on one of these TVs. And the clarity of how it looked. And I was like, that's not what I watched. Because it looked phenomenal. I was like, I need to watch this again, whatever that is right there.
I'm sure it was in 4K.
Oh my goodness. I was like, that's phenomenal. And I'm sure that adds to the experience. Just wild. All right, going back to this. Trolls Band Together only dropped to 41%. They brought in about 17.
I want to see that one too.
Thanksgiving, which is a horror movie, I believe.
Yes.
Brought in 8 million, only dropped 30%. The Marvels dropping only 36% from its 70% drop. Oh yeah, it's been in trouble. It brings in another 6.5.
6.5 is.
What is its total? I was wondering which is like
its total.
Like what's the
like
what? Like what's worse? This is the Flash.
Very interesting. So, Phil, see if you can look that up on your side and see what
I think Flash made a little bit more. But then again, this is only about 3 weeks.
Yeah, but it's
no, I'm not saying all of a sudden it's gonna hit this, stride where it's gonna make another 55 million.
Flash made 270 worldwide.
Oh my God, is this not gonna beat Flash?
Which is crazy.
That's insane. It's such a better movie than Flash too. Wow.
Didn't you say Flash wasn't that bad when it came out? I remember you giving
No,
Flash, a little bit of hype.
I thought Flash was.
He wanted to like it. He really wanted to like it.
But I did like the Michael Keaton parts. You know what I mean? Like I not just liked it, I loved the Michael Keaton parts.
Here we go.
I thought, oh my god, that's 89 Batman right there, like in modern day doing stuff, and that was great. It's just the ending was like Evelyn Hill says right here, trash. Oh my god, it was trash. Angry Artist says the Flash was a fun movie. Don't hate. Funny movie. Ha. You made me pay money for what? For this? Oh my goodness.
Got to see Spider-Verse with it, right? Like,
yeah. Oh, I forgot. I know what the other movie I watched this weekend was. You ever see the movie The Boy Who Could Fly?
No.
I don't think I have.
Came out in the 80s.
Nope.
I remember what you're saying, though. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah,
I remember that movie.
My kids had never seen it, and I can't remember why, but maybe I saw it in a trailer for something. I was like, oh, I haven't watched that in forever, so we rented that, and it holds up. It's so good.
Nice. Evelyn says I hated the Wonder Woman scene. Yeah, and I don't know what costume Batman had on. That was just horrible. And she says my mom was not happy. I'm sorry, disappointed your mom. DC's been known to disappoint people. But yeah, this is sad on the Marvels. We won't dwell on it too much.
Marvel is disappointing, Bob Iger right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Holdovers up 2%, going up in 123 theaters, made about 2.7. Taylor Swift still got 2.3 and fell in about 600 theaters. Let's see what Taylor did.
I want to know what
Taylor did. $248 million on maybe like $100,000 budget.
All of that's hers.
Yes.
Of that's hers.
So she's made more money than any Marvel profit.
She gave some of that money to stuff, but like 200 of that's hers.
Crazy. Evelyn says the Marvel's really good. I don't know why people hate it so much, because I don't know. I don't know why people hate it. I do know, but it's a subject of conversation that we could talk forever. We think about developing a midnight show where we talk about.
Say what you will about Taylor Swift. 248. The Flash made 270. Just think of it.
Wow, she made almost as much money as the Flash.
Almost as much money.
Well,
as
and you got to remember the Flash had all the Hollywood money behind it. So, like, how much money did the Flash actually lose?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like all of this is
Definitely.
She didn't market hers at all. She
Incredible.
just it gets whispered out that she's putting a movie together, and then it's a concert movie basically. But yeah, her fans are rabid.
Angry Otter says, "Have any of you seen any three boys seen Last Night in Soho?"
No.
I did not see that movie.
I've
I
heard of
do
it.
want to check it out. I've heard about it. I heard it was really good. Oh my God. How did the Flash make more than Taylor Swift?
So far.
Give Taylor
so
like
far,
another...
she's only 22 away.
Yep.
She could get to.
I mean, if they keep it in the theater, they could keep it up there. All right, let's get away from this swiftly. See what I did there? We're funny. We're nominated for Best Comedic Content Creator out here. We're supposed to keep it up. Which is, they're announcing in a few days the winners. Right. So thank you to everyone who voted.
Is it this weekend? It's this Saturday, right?
The second, yeah.
Ooh, we should. We should. Whatever movie we decide to watch, we should get together and watch it.
Okay.
So that afterward we can see, celebrate or not celebrate together. That we
Either way, it's gonna be a skit. Trust me. Either way.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I'd say we get together, but
Five Nights at Freddy's dropped 50%, 1.7. Saltburn next goal went. Oh, Saltburn actually had a 437% jump.
Went into 1,500 more theaters.
1,500 screens. What is this? A student at Oxford University finds himself drawn into the world of a charming and aristocratic classmate who invites him to his eccentric family's sprawling estate for a summer never to be forgotten. Wow. 6 million.
Is that a horror movie? What is that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. All right. So, and then we have Priscilla, Killers of the Flower Moon, Radical, Dream Scenarios up 149%, being in 99 plus theaters. Journey to Bethlehem, Anatomy of a Fall, Fall Leaves, Oppenheimer. I want to see it.
I do
950.
too.
950. He's not gonna make
Hey.
it. Oppie's not gonna make it, but he's still in the top 20. And I just saw that they just put it out on DVD because it's in the stores.
Digital. You can't get it on DVD yet. It's
No?
digitally. You can get it. Yeah.
Maybe I just saw. Maybe
yeah.
I just saw the thing that says
It's like 2 more
coming or
weeks. It's
something.
like 2 more weeks for DVD, but it's digitally. You can get it right now.
Okay.
How
Well,
about
that's your box office? Not much.
No, how about number
What?
21 or whatever it is?
What?
It's in one theater and made $6,500.
But that's cool though. To me,
That's
that's
not bad,
cool
right?
that they
You
show
know
that,
that's like
right?
a
Because
super
what if we
independent-
put a movie, what if we put a movie in a local theater, and we make like 10,000? We could get into the top 20. You know what I mean? That's good stuff. I like that they do that. So shout out to Menus Plaisirs Les Trois Gros.
Common Ground made $1,500 in 2 theaters.
Wow. At least they
Hey.
count them all. Very nice.
That's cool.
Very nice. Got some comments here. Oh no, that's not the thing we want. This is the thing we want. All right. Comments. Evelyn says Five Nights at Freddy was amazing. I have not seen that yet.
I
believe it's on
haven't seen
digital
it, and
now.
I've never really even played the game, so I wouldn't know anything about that.
I believe it's on digital right now.
It's on
Angry-
Peacock.
Okay. Angry Otter says Five Nights at Freddy's had so much potential. Unfortunately, Blumhouse can't make a good movie. Ooh, those are some tough words, Angry Otter.
Wow.
They got a crazy one coming out called, it was in the trailer for Hunger Games. It's called Imaginary from Blumhouse. And it gave us a jump scare, like in the trailer. We were like, oh, okay, that movie's going to be crazy. Larry says, hey, big up to Larry Jackson. Evelyn says, watch it. No, it wasn't dumb, Larry says. And Evelyn says, I heard that on the DVD, it'll have all the R-rated scenes. Huh. For what movie? For...
Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it's a PG-13. It should be
okay.
bloodier.
Okay. All right. Well, moving along, we're getting right into it. We're at the halfway mark here. We're going to get into our movie of the week. I just want to remind everybody, please like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We do this every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And we also do it on Mondays as well, but we'll talk about that at the end. All right. So, boom, 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 boom. Your homework, counselor, for this week was to watch Nothing Like the Holidays. This is a movie directed by Alfredo Rodriguez de Vila and is written by Alison Swan, Rick Najera, and Robert Tieto.
Title.
Title? Is that how you say it?
I think it's Title.
It stars John Leguizamo, Freddie Rodriguez, Deborah Messing. Oh, my nose. Itchy.
There's a lot of people in this movie, actually.
And Luis Guzman. So, I'll start this up. What do you guys think?
I like this movie. This movie grows on me more every time I see it. We didn't go down to visit my dad's side of the family very often because I'm 6 hours away. But this reminds me of visiting them. One of my favorite parts of the whole movie is when they're sitting around having dinner, Leguizamo and Deborah Messing turns to Leguizamo and goes, "Why is everyone arguing?" He's like, "No, we're just conversating. This is how we talk." I'm like, no, that's get more than 3 Puerto Ricans in a room. That's what it's gonna sound like. That made me laugh.
Yeah. So the movie is basically about a Puerto Rican family living in the area of Humboldt Park in West Chicago, face what may be their last Christmas together. I didn't feel that in the movie, that this was ever going to be their last Christmas together.
Why they say that is because of the thing with the father.
Yeah, I didn't feel like that. Alfred Molina plays the pops. It was just weird seeing Doc Ock be Puerto Rican now.
Well, what's funny to me is he's not even Hispanic. I mean,
is he not? No, his last is Molina.
I looked it up. He's Spain Spanish and Italian. I think his dad's from Italy and his mom's from Spain, but he grew up in London.
Okay, so that'll fly in 2008. Pretty much that wouldn't have flew.
It just
if
makes
it came out now. But he did a good job. I'm not hating
he's
on him.
fully believable.
Yeah.
Fully believable.
But it does make sense now when you say that, because there was something about, like, even though I liked his character and I enjoyed his acting, there was something off. Like, he wasn't really Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that comes now from knowing he really wasn't Puerto Rican.
Well, it's funny
like,
too,
because you look at John Leguizamo, and I'm like,
he's Puerto Rican either. He's Colombian.
He's not Puerto Rican. He's
Puerto
Rican.
Puerto Rican either. Most of the people in this movie are not Puerto Rican.
John Leguizamo is Puerto Rican.
No, he's not.
I read his
book.
Look this up.
Phil
the fact finder.
I'll look it up.
He's
Phil the fact finder.
Colombian and Peruvian or something like that.
Place your bets inside the comments below. You with me? You with Green Shirt Guy? Colombia, Puerto Rico.
I read his book over the summer.
Oh no! Why do I have this thing? Am I in?
Because he always plays
thing
Puerto
called?
Rican guys.
What was that thing called? the effect. What's the effect? The butterfly effect or whatever. No, what's the other word for it?
Oh, Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect. Could have swore he was Puerto Rican. But this family has your father, the mother, the uncle, the sister, the 2 brothers, the Mexican friend who's not Puerto Rican.
Okay, so he was born in Colombia.
There you go.
To a Puerto Rican father and a Colombian mother.
Okay, so
he is Puerto Rican.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just remember the whole Colombian thing. When I was reading the book, I'm like, wait, he's not even Puerto Rican?
But listen, you know why I know that is because he did a big documentary on Puerto Ricans. That's why I remember, and I was like, well, if he wasn't Puerto Rican, why the hell did he do that documentary? None of this makes sense. But John Leguizamo plays the successful brother, want to say?
He's the oldest.
Yeah.
He's the oldest of the 3.
And then the other brother is a soldier. It's come back from war. He's like,
do you
beat
think
up.
he's the middle kid, or do you think he's the youngest? Do you think the sister's older than him or not?
I think the sister is older than him.
I think so too.
Yeah. Luis Guzman is in this movie. He's funny. He doesn't have a huge role in this movie.
No.
But
I think his role is like comic relief. Like,
yes.
I think that's like really his role.
Yeah. The one thing I thought was missing from this movie, because I kind of watched it a little bit, because I have sinned. I fell asleep during the watching of this movie, and there was many witnesses to this fact. But I confess my sins. So I missed 20 minutes of it. Yeah, I missed 20 minutes of it, so I had to go back and watch it. The one thing I thought was missing in this movie was kids. There were
none of them
little
have kids, and that's brought up.
No, I know that's part of the story, but I'm like, for this to be like a real family gathering and stuff like that, you had to have the kids. You could have brought in like an aunt or something like that had kids and stuff. They didn't have to have big parts. They'd be those little funny moments with kids. Like, can you imagine John Leguizamo having a funny moment with like one of the little kids and stuff like that?
Well,
that was the only thing that I missed.
There's that one little kid with the girlfriend's kid, or the ex-girlfriend's kid. There's a couple
Because
moments, but yeah.
if you go to
I'm
Puerto
just,
Rican family get together, there's kids everywhere,
well,
man.
Yeah,
Kids
here's the
everywhere.
problem,
I'm
though.
just
If you
like,
do
what the
that-
one, what's the one gang like relation? Like the one guy had like a gang relation. Like,
Well, the guy, the Mexican friend of the family,
Yeah.
a gang member killed his father,
Brother.
okay.
and no
Brother.
father,
It wasn't
No,
father. I
killed
thought it was
his-
an older brother.
a brother. I'm sorry, yeah, killed his brother, and he just wanted revenge back on him because the guy
Right.
went to jail and now he's back out again.
Okay.
Yeah,
And in his mind is acting like everything's fine.
yeah.
Right.
Kamarius is myself and Mama Carrot sing all witnesses
Yeah.
to my sin, and thank God they don't have pictures. Thank
Here's-
the good Lord they
One
don't
of the
have
reasons
pictures.
you can't have a bunch of kids in this movie too, though. Think about it.
Look at this. He says you could tell this guy fell asleep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
One of the reasons you can't have a bunch of kids in this movie, and I sort of agree with you that that's typical when you go to family gatherings, with especially Puerto Ricans.
Mhm.
But you couldn't, in order to have the storyline with the mother and the father having their, you couldn't have that because if you got a bunch of kids, they're all going to be in the kitchen with grandma.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Right,
see.
see
I
what I'm
wanted to
saying?
see
So-
grandma.
so you
I wanted to see grandma going through it while
I get
having
that,
to
but
take
you
care of the
can't have
kids.
all
You know what I
this
mean? Because
stuff
that's real.
you can't have all the rubbing and the
Yeah.
drama with the parents because they never be able to talk because she would be in
Yeah.
the kitchen the whole movie.
It's true.
Mijo, come here. I got something for you.
I kind of
So
think
the soldier,
like a lot of
okay.
like the conflict in this movie was just like stuff that was like really easily resolved or just could have been really easily resolved. And
This
I
one
agree
did
to
have
some
a
degree.
lot of resolve.
yeah,
Compared
yeah,
to
yeah.
Soldier,
This
that
was
had
like
no resolve.
everything could have been resolved or was easily resolved or
Well,
could have been easily resolved.
I'm watching it with my wife, and she's getting mad at Molina because he doesn't tell the wife what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
And I'm like, well, that's
Yeah.
yeah, but you come on, that's Puerto
she's
Rican.
about to divorce you, bro.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that's
it's
Puerto
time.
Rican men
I think
because
it's
you're just being
time
stubborn and
to
stupid.
mention
You know how
something.
that- Come on, you don't have your dad or an uncle or something that you know would have done the same thing.
Yeah, but once she's like, "I'm leaving you. This is the last." Like, okay, I gotta tell you the truth because you're really gonna leave me here. What's going on?
Yeah, but he's not going to do it in front of the kids because he wanted to wait.
Alexis has a comment. I agree. It would have benefited from some lightheartedness and kids. They tried to do the family drama thing and dropped the ball. I don't know about
I
dropped
think-
the ball, but fumbled it a little bit.
I think some of the stuff with the son taking over the business, I think that didn't get quite earned.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know what I mean?
What we have up here is the sister. She's an aspiring actor.
Right.
So she's coming back. She lives in the city. She wants this life of being in television and all that, and she doesn't think she's good enough and all that. She ends up having like a little relationship with the longtime friend of the family. She was pretty good. I liked her acting. She actually played a good part. Let me see here.
How about the black guy? Not
Which
the-
guy?
The guy that every time you see him is trying to pull some kind of small scam. First time
Which
you see him, he's in the first time you see him, he's in the Santa suit.
Oh yeah.
That guy was pretty funny. He was funny.
He was good.
They could have used him a little bit more if you want some more comic relief. Because
Yeah.
the next time you see him, or one of the next times you see him, is in the bar, and remember the two girls are having a conversation about something or other, and he says, "I can't." It says something or others, and then he's trying to get the guy to give him. Oh, that's what he says. To the guy, he goes, "Well, so how much is a shot?" He's like $5. He goes, "Well, how much for just a sip then?" The guy's like, "What?"
This what did I do? I'm trying to find who was the mother. Elizabeth Pena.
Yes.
She did a really, really great role as the mom.
She was good.
Trying to get this thing going here, but
I did. Love
I
the
have a
part
glitch
where,
in my Wi-Fi. I have a glitch in my Wi-Fi.
the part where Leguizamo is fighting with, when the parents are talking about getting divorced or whatever, and he's like, "All right, well, we're leaving," and he says to Deborah Messing, "All right, let's go," and she's like, "I'm not done,"
Mm-hmm.
and then the mother's like, "All right, now I like you," because remember how they first showed up, she was giving her a hard time, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, now we're okay with each other."
Yeah, she ends up becoming a nice little part of the family.
She really does.
The other brother is a soldier. That guy. Where was he? This guy over here. If I can freeze it. Him right there in the middle. He's a soldier back from the war. He left his old girlfriend when he went to go fight in the war. And she ends up getting a new boyfriend. She has a kid, but it's not the boyfriend that she's with is not the father of the kid, which made me believe that he was the.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think. I thought that for a while too, but I don't think it is, because I think she would have told him by the end of the movie if that was the case.
I mean, she had some face like she was holding something back. Maybe they were holding that for a sequel or something like that.
Maybe I don't know. I was thinking that for a while too, but in the end I was like, nah, I don't think so, because that kid's old enough that he would have known by then, because he was only gone for 3 years, and that kid's like 6 or 7.
Well, no, he broke up with her when he left.
Right, and that kid is like 6 or 7 years old, and he's only been gone in the military for about 3. They said that at one point.
But then what? She had that kid before?
She would have had the kid before he left.
Alexis says they sort of implied there could be something there, then they glossed right over it. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: do you think that the Mexican friend shoots the guy if he doesn't kiss his cross right beforehand?
I don't think so. I don't think he was really gonna,
because the sister calls him. That's what makes him stop.
Right, but he was, because he says to the guy, and then remember he does it, and then he hesitates and then what really makes him stop is the phone call. But
yeah, I mean, it could be.
I don't think he was gonna do it.
Alexis says, but she clearly is a part of his family. Yeah, like she has no connection to the rest of the family, but she's clearly a part of that family.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
That's you know what I mean?
I just think, let me put it
have
this
known.
way. I think that if that kid was his, the grandmother would know.
Right.
And she would be like, "Hey, take these gifts over," and that didn't happen.
Yeah. Because he would look like him a little bit too.
Well, absolutely, and that mother would somehow figure that out.
What up, Trev the Shipping Guru? Afternoon, Council. Cliff, my boy. Wait a minute. Cliff is not here, Trev the Shipping Guru. He's having dinner somewhere. Very nice. But
he's just really late.
Yeah, he's really late. Maybe he'll show up at the end. Stick around. Maybe he'll show up right at the end. Maybe he'll pop up. What else about this movie? The paranda. So
That's new for me.
We never really did that.
I was gonna say that was not something we did.
I learned about it more later in life, but I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago. And there's this one street that has a big Puerto Rican flag. It's in the movie. A big Puerto Rican flag at the beginning of the street, and another Puerto Rican flag all the way down at the other end of the street. So I'm wondering if that's just something that they do there in Chicago. Right. But
is that is it like it didn't really explain what it is. What is it?
It's something like I've had it at people's houses before. It's just it's a party. It's just another word for the party. You can't do a parade all the time. You just do a party. and you
Right.
bring out the congas, and you start singing all these Christmas songs, and
Right.
it's a pretty fun time. But that was just something we did regularly. We didn't call it like the paranda and all that stuff. But they
Right.
made it a point to make it really, really big in this movie, which is it's good. What else? You guys got some favorite parts of this movie?
I like the
Oh,
part
honestly, when they're at the table and she's like, "I'm gonna divorce your father." It's like a mic drop, just like, "Oh yeah, I
yeah.
got something to share. I'm gonna divorce your father." Boom, mic drop.
And then the kids are like, "What do you mean?" No. Which is kind of like how some it's some of the things that annoy my loving family annoy me about. Sometimes they act like they're kids and stuff like that. I'm like, you're grown ass people.
Right.
Stop acting like you're 15.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
family dynamics don't really change that much as you get older. Everyone still acts like what order they're in the family.
I
You know how that is.
guess.
You're just older. Your problems are different, but you still react in whatever the same. I know it's stupid, but it seems to be the case.
I loved like this movie was made before an iPhone. Like it was made just before an iPhone because nobody has the movie.
Yeah.
They all have like the flip
Oh,
something like that.
wow. Nice
True.
catch there.
That is true.
Very good catch there, Phil. So this was
I did like the part-
before the iPhone.
Where they're sitting in the living room, and the cousin says something about getting him a new TV. He's like, "No, this one's fine." He slaps the top of it, and
Yeah, you got
fine.
that old school TV.
And they're all like, "Yeah, Dad knows how to do it the best."
The little old school TV. They get him a new one though.
I had
Yeah,
like a
man.
box TV until like 2007, 2008. I want to say
Really?
like 2008. Yeah, I had like a box TV. Like
Nice.
And then I got the flat screen, but it was like 2008, so I might have been late to the party there.
What else was good? I'm trying to think. Oh, were they all upstairs in the attic, hanging out? Those conversations were fun.
Yeah.
That felt the most real as far as siblings goes to me. The arguments and the way they treated each other, that felt real to me.
Yeah.
Dad showing up with his underwear, just like having a
Yeah.
talk.
Well, he was sleeping up there. Yeah. She comes up
When he
and pulls
tries
the
to
trigger,
pull
and he's like,
the when he tries to pull the tree out of the ground right
Yes.
here. I was just like, where's the one person that's like, yo, what are you doing? Like,
Well, I'm
it's
sitting
not
there
gonna
going,
rip
this
that
is
tree
not
out of
good.
there.
Not with that
Like,
car.
you're just
You
gonna
need a
mess up your
track-
car. What are you doing?
Right.
But he tried it anyway, and boom. Now you got to pay for somebody else's car, all that. But they
And
needed
all
that
the
thing
medical
to
bills.
reveal. Yeah, they had
Needed
to
to,
reveal
like,
what
do
it was,
that.
what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dad ends up having cancer, but that's the secret that he's keeping from everybody because he wants everybody to have a good time. Because it's a special time. They don't get that many times to get together, and he's gonna tell them later. Maybe he
Right.
wasn't gonna tell them. I don't think, but he said he was gonna tell them later. He gets into the accident, and then he's forced the one girl, the John Leguizamo's wife. She knows about it, and she gives the medicine to the mom and reveals to her, "Oh, he's sick." So he hasn't been
Right.
cheating. So he hasn't been cheating,
No.
which is
With, what was it, Susie Lee?
Susie Lee, because he kept looking at the
Right.
phone with Susie
Right.
Lee because he had the flip phone.
And you find out Susie Lee's his oncologist later.
Yeah.
How
And they were
about
like, "Oh, we feeling down."
even before she says she's going to divorce him, maybe as part of that conversation, Leguizamo turns and says, "Oh, did you cheat again?"
Again. Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
he's done
oh.
it before.
And the crazy part is I've seen that conversation happen.
Yeah. Sometimes just pops out of nowhere. You're like, whoa, okay.
All right. Everything's on the table.
This,
Nice.
I thought this guy was dumb. Like, she clearly is told him that she's with somebody else. I
time
think
to
she
move
should have just
on,
left him
right?
alone. Yeah, and she was just being friendly with him, or whatever. But then he tries to kiss her, and he gets punched in the face by the boyfriend.
Eh,
Alexis says they also reference it when they're in the car. Yeah,
reference what?
the cheating. I think she's talking about either the cheating or the medicines. Alexis, please.
Oh yeah, because Leguizamo tells
let us know
exactly. Well,
Yeah.
Leguizamo knows all about it. Right.
Dun, dun, dun. And then the bodega.
How about that?
All right.
That scene right there, where he walks up with the chips already open, and then he cracks the salsa and eats like one chip and sits it on the shelf. I'm like, I know it's your uncle's store, but come on, dude.
Yeah. All right, so let's go around the bin. What did you guys think about this movie? What's your overall for it?
I like this movie, and this movie grows on me. Like I said, every time I see it. I want to give it an 8, but I don't know if I can quite get to an 8. I'd say like a 7, 7.8, 7.7. I like it a lot. I'll watch it again next year. But I don't know if I can quite get to an 8.
I was gonna say this is like a 7. This is like a 7 to me. There's not much like real serious like conflict in the movie. It's not like the warmest of holiday movies and stuff, so it's kind of like one of those things that's just like there. So yeah, I'd say it's like a 7. I mean, it's enjoyable enough.
Yeah, I'd give it a 7.5. I thought I enjoyed it, but I thought it could have been a little bit better. Like Phil said, there's not a major conflict except for the mom and dad. I don't know, maybe because I'm in Puerto Rican household, I'm like, that's just normal. That's
that's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, if they've been married this long, this conflict is nothing to them. Like, that is probably like, all right, she says that like every month, I'm gonna get divorced. I've been on the verge for divorce the last 25 years.
Well, and every 5 seconds you're gonna have babies. All these conversations, like I've heard, if you've been around a holiday with Puerto Ricans, this is the same conversation you always hear. So, to me, I enjoy it more because it seems more real.
Yeah. So it's a good movie. If you haven't watched it, it's a fun movie. Spend a couple hours with your family and watch. Maybe you can pull something from it. Nothing like the holidays.
It's like a Puerto Rican Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
like if you want, it's a Puerto Rican Hallmark.
It's definitely a Puerto Rican Hallmark movie. Definitely. All right. So that was that. What is our homework for next week?
I say The Family Stone.
The Family Stone.
We've got a couple of like suggestions. Where did we get?
We've been doing family movies. I say we keep the trend going.
Alexa says I reserve judgment. I have to watch it again. It didn't hold me in. Let's get some suggestions from you guys out there. What do you think we should do next week? We're doing holiday movies.
Family Stone.
Christmas holiday movies right now. So we'll take a suggestion from you guys. Yeah, that was a fun weekend, fun movie.
I also love the Coopers. If you've never seen that one, that's another family movie.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Are
we gonna watch A Christmas Story?
We should save them to closer to Christmas.
Ooh, The Best Man. Have you ever seen The Best Man? Kamara says The Best Man. That's a good one right there. The Healer, Jason. The Family Stone is a phenomenal movie.
It's great. And it's
really fun. Gremlins from Kelvin Sumlin.
Oh, there we go. All right.
You know what? I like all these suggestions. So why don't we do this?
We can do 2.
No, we can't do 2. It's hard enough to watch one movie a week. Oh, now they're pouring in Love Actually. There's so many. All right.
Love Actually is great, but I didn't think, that
what we'll do. A Christmas Story will be one. That's true. That's got to be like the Christmas movie. Christmas Story, Love Actually, Best Man, Family Stone,
Love the Coopers.
Love the Coopers.
Christmas Vacation I watch every year. That's my favorite. One of my
Yeah,
favorites.
Christmas Vacation. I think we should go with Gremlins next week because it's fun.
I thought, yeah. I mean, we've been watching a bunch of.
And then we'll come back to like the Family Stone, Investment, and all them, because we did a couple like grounded movies. Let's jump out of the groundedness for a little bit and have some fun. Agreed?
I like it.
All right.
Yeah,
So your
wow.
homework for next week, Council, is Gremlins, the classic. Oh my God, such a good movie. Yeah, Gremlins. That's gonna be a fun one. All right. So that's our show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let me get over to these comments here and make sure I give a shout out to everybody that joined us today. Shout out to Kamaria. Shout out to S Vaughn82. Shout out to Angry Otter Comics. Shout out to Clifford Parmenter. This is his uncle. I believe it's his uncle. Shout out to the Healer 49, Jason. Shout out to Evelyn Hill. Thank you for joining us and commenting. Shout out to Larry's in the house. He's always here watching with us. Shout out to Trev the Shipping Guru. Thanks for joining us. And shout out to Alexis Carrington, of course, for being here. And shout out to Kelvin Sumlin. Great suggestion that we're doing the Gremlins next week. All right. So we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow night for the new keys and hot comics of the week, where we go over all the new books and all the new keys of the week. We do that at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That's a hard one to say. But tomorrow night, 8 p.m. And your homework for next week is Gremlins, continuing our Christmas story movies. All right? So, for myself, for Phil, for Green Shirt Guy, and of course for Cliff, who's not be here with us tonight, we love you. We thank you. Oh, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. We thank you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.